Hey y'all, so I'm back with another episode of review of the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, episode 2. So they dropped the second episode on Bravo, but I think now it's gonna come out Sundays after the Real Housewives of Atlanta, which y'all get in the comments and tell me if y'all want me to actually review the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I genuinely have not watched, like, I watched this first episode, but I have not watched the Real Housewives of Atlanta since it gotta be at least 4 or 5 seasons. I haven't watched that show. I just haven't been interested. But with K Michelle on there, I'm like, maybe it'll be a little bit interesting. So if y'all want me to review that show as well, put in the comments and I can start reviewing that. But let's get to episode 2. Sorry, y'all. Again, y'all know my notes is over here, so that's why I'm looking over here. So we start off episode 2 with meeting Liz, and I'm getting a little bit better now. What kind of know who everybody is. So last episode, I kept getting Liz and Alicia confused. This episode, I keep getting Rosie and Kelsey freaking confused. But I feel like I'm getting better. Anyway, so we see Liz. Liz is at the house or whatever, and her stepdaughter, who is 25, is about to come over, and they're talking about how, she got pregnant. She got pregnant actually really fast. I think within like 6 months of dating whatever guy that she's dating. So, she comes over and the boyfriend parents come over and they just trying to have one happy Italian moment, right? Liz also then goes on to tell us that when she got with her husband, I think Jerry with a G, I think that's who this is, that obviously he had the 3 girls. The 3 girls was really young, but I think she said maybe like a year or so into their marriage is when the girls came to live with them full time. So she went from doing whatever the hell it is that she wanted to do and playing a little bit of stepmama to full mama across the board. So she was like, no, I don't have my own biological kids, but I pretty much help raise these girls. So like, and that's gonna come up later too. So yeah, so that's so that was that. That was a quick little scene. Then we got Joellen and Ashley at the park with the kids. Now I just want to say, I have never felt more seen in a long time than this little scene right here with Ashley and Joellen. I'm gonna explain why, right? So, they're with the kids and stuff because I think both of their kids are the exact same age or like around the same age or something like that. So they're at the park or whatever, pushing the kids, on the swings, da 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 da. So Joellen is asking Ashley, like about the coffee shop business and just everything with her and her husband. So Ashley starts to get real emotional, and she was like, I'm getting very like frustrated, she said, because it feels like he's never happy, right? And not necessarily like with me, because he will always say it has nothing to do with you. She said, I think it's just he's overstressed and he's overworked and overstressed from the coffee shop and trying to do this and trying to do that and trying to make sure that he has like a certain amount of money coming in. And so when he's walking around and he's like, it seems like he's never happy, but I'm asking him about it. He's saying that it's not me. Like, yeah, that's good to hear, but at the same time, it don't make me feel no better because you're still walking around here unhappy. And then she says, I want him to be able to go out and do the things that he wants to do and have fun. Like, I want him to be able to go golfing, and I want him to be able to do this and all of the things that actually fulfill him. But then, and mind you, while she's saying that, she got like, she pushing one baby in the swing and another baby in her arm who's literally crying his head off, and she's like, I want him, mind you, she's crying doing all this. She's like, I want him to have fun, but then I gotta like, and the baby's going crazy, and she's like, then I gotta deal with this, but then I gotta deal with this by myself all day. And I was like, let me just say, Miss Ashley, I have never felt more seen, except the part when you was walking away with her and you said, but I still feel you. When she was like, I have a nanny 33 hours out of the week and I still feel like it's not enough. And I just want to say why I feel seen on this part, because, I feel like as women, we tend to a lot of times like internalize shit, especially when it comes to like our partner, and they could tell us to their blue in the face that it has nothing to do with us. And a lot of times it really doesn't, about their mood, whether they're happy or unhappy. And it is hard as a partner to take that in, because it's like, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, that it's not me. But the fact that I can't help fill whatever hole that is, or I can't help make you happy, it weighs on you, especially when you really care about somebody and you love somebody. You don't like seeing anybody that you care about walking around being sad, and it makes you feel helpless. That's the best word to say. It makes you feel helpless because, no, it's not your fault, but just because it's not your fault, that doesn't mean that you still don't want to try to help. And specifically with the kids, baby, Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Whoo, I'm in the throes of it right now, Jesus. I'm in the throes of it right now. Oh, if y'all know, then y'all know. I have a 2-year-old, okay? I have a 2-year-old. I am in toddler hell right now. Do you hear me? I love my baby down. I wouldn't trade her for anything in the world. But when I'm telling you, I'm in pure toddler hell right now. And I really, really tip my hat off to people that have like under two or three. Bitch, if you have more than one kid that's under the age of 4 or 5, my hat is tipped off to you. Because my goodness, the 1 2-year-old that I have, just the one toddler that I have, literally, indeed makes me sometimes want to jump out of a window. So when she was saying like, I want my man to go and do the things that he wants to do. I want him to be happy. I want him to go golfing if he wants to go golfing when he has a chance. I want him to go, out and have fun with his friends. But at the same time, while he's out having his fun, which I'm not mad at the fun, on the flip side of that, I am now home with these 2 crazy ass kids by myself, and they're driving me up the fucking wall. And I'm like, bitch, I never felt so seen a day in my life. That is some real ass shit. I am the type, even before I got pregnant and stuff, me and my boyfriend, we have, very social, lives or whatever, He always goes out with his, not always, but he goes out with his friends. He really likes to fish a lot. Most of the time this man is away from me is because he's fishing, okay? This man want to fish. He want to take me fishing. I don't want to go fishing. So I'd rather just sit at the house all damn day. But I be wanting him to do these things, and you know how it's not even just a man thing, it's in general. Sometimes you get to certain spots in your life where you are not the most fulfilled, and sometimes, that just kind of weighs on you a little bit. And it's like you want them to go out and do the things, and you're happy that they're able to do the things. But it's like on the flip side of that, and just because he can go out and do the things, that doesn't mean that I can't. But we're just talking about her situation, like her in the moment. And I understand feeling like it's a lot though. Like I want you, it's a weird dichotomy. I want you to have your fun, but at the same time, it is overwhelming having these kids by myself. And I know a lot of single mothers who have no help at all, which is why I give all the 10s in the world to the single mothers out there. I give you guys all the 10s in the world because there are women that have no help at all. Fuck the nanny. They ain't got nobody else that's gonna be there. Whether it's the father, whether it's a grandparent. There's so many parents that don't have anybody at all. And that can literally be so, I could imagine how draining that is. Because hell, it's draining for me and I have help. Like me and my man are together and we're raising this child. And I have my parents to help. And I have my sister to help. I could not imagine doing all that shit by myself. Because when it's just me, even with the help that I have, I get extremely overwhelmed. So Ashley having not 1, but 2 damn toddlers. 2 damn toddlers, okay? By herself. I could only bitch, I would be in tears too. I didn't feel, I fully understood where she was coming from. Bitch, I be in tears in this house sometimes by myself when it's just me and this baby. Because it is extremely, extremely overwhelming to have. And we're just specifically kids in general, but we're specifically talking about just toddlers. Kids that you gotta change and feed and keep your eye on. As I tell everybody, I be having to keep my eye on my daughter, not just so that she don't kill herself, but she don't kill my damn dogs at the same time. She don't burn my damn house down. She don't just, it's a lot. So I really felt seen in this moment, and I just feel like Ashley just has to, number one, give herself grace, right? And the fact that it's okay that you're overwhelmed. I think she needs to, just kind of communicate that to her husband, maybe if he does go out, maybe that's your time to actually get the nanny. I don't know when she gets the nanny, but maybe when he does go out, maybe that's the best time for you to have the nanny to come and try to help you, because it could be a little bit overwhelming. Maybe you need to sometimes, like I said, have specific times where it's just y'all two together, or times where it's just you together, or just you by yourself. Because especially as a wife and a mom, sometimes you will think about this. You're so deep into worrying about what's going on with your man or your husband, like you're so unhappy, and I'm doing my best, even though it ain't got nothing to do with me, to try to fill that hole of void of unhappiness. So I'm worried about that, and then I'm also worried about being a mama at the same damn time. When do you have time for yourself? And one of the biggest things before I had a baby, and I was in therapy for like maybe 2 years before I even got pregnant, and I did get pregnant, one of the biggest things for me was trying to make sure that I still have time for me, because you can't be good for that man or them 2 kids if you yourself about to jump out of a window. Like I was saying, you got to make sure that your mental is in a good spot. But I've definitely felt her that whole thing, right? So then Joe Ellen was very nice and just encouraging to her. So then we move on, baby. Let's get to the shit. This episode, as y'all see in the little title thing, I got Cheater, Pumpkin Eater. Everybody and their mama in Rhode Island is cheating on each other. Now, to be fair, I think most housewives and their husbands on the 90, on all of these shows, fuck some of them, all of these shows, the husband or the wife or both are cheating on each other. They just like to hide it a whole lot more. In Rhode Island, it's clear that it's out on it. It's put it on the float. It's on the float. So Liz and Kelsey meet up, right? For dinner or for lunch. We meet the newest addition, and her name is Rula. I think, is that how you say Rula? I think that's how you say her name. And Rula gives very much so, like, she's trying to be, like, I think somebody said later, like, oh, she's fancy, and just the way that she talks is very, yes, no. And it's kind of like a Barbie, but kind of like a robot, but kind of like I said, trying to be kind of fancy. I don't know, but we're going to get into her. But anyway, her and Liz has been friends for 10 years. I also love the fact with this cast that everybody has been friends for a long time. Everybody know each other's mama. I love the inner mingling so that we ain't got to fake friendships around this bitch. I appreciate that. Anyway, they're both half Syrian. And I have that Rula is very, they said she's very monotone, and to me she's like a little bit robotic at the same time. So they talk about how they went to Joe Ellen's 4th of July party, and Rula is like, really y'all went to her party? And I'm like, who else got beef with Joe Ellen now? So apparently Rula says that she does not like Rula says she does not like Joe Ellen because she thinks and she's heard enough about her through, like, I guess the restaurant energy, and no, not restaurant, but the beauty industry, because Rula and her husband is in that industry, that she's like pretty much very, very mean. And that Rula said that Joe talks badly about her, because she said to Kelsey and Liz, like, you guys have told me that she's talked shit about me and that she's a shit talker in general, so like, why would y'all want to be friends with her, right? And so she also said that Joe Ellen has a bad habit of talking bad about her and her husband. Nah, catch this tea, bitch, okay? She also said, she was like, Joe Ellen be walking around telling everybody that my husband is cheating on me and he's gonna leave me and da-da-da-da. So I'm like, where the hell did that come from? So Liz says that there had been rumors for a while, right, that Rula's husband had a mistress. Nah, here is the story, okay? Joe Ellen saw some photos that was posted online of a woman sitting in Rula's husband's lap, and they show said picture. Not only was she in his lap, he was like this on her, like, hand on hip, all like this, very inappropriate, very much so inappropriate, right? So Joe Ellen told Liz, I believe, right? I believe that Joe Ellen told Liz, and then Liz told Rula, and then Rula asked for the picture, and then Joe Ellen sent the picture to her. Now, Rula said that the problem, she wasn't necessarily mad about Joe Ellen sending her the picture. She was mad because Joe Ellen dropped the picture in, I guess, their group chat, and then according to Rula, she started to go around and run her mouth about everything or whatever. And so Rula was like, but I don't really care. And so they pretty much go into like whether or not he cheated. So he did, is the point of the matter. And so Rula was like, well, my whole thing is she's still running her mouth about it, and he's done. Baby, Liz was the realest bitch at that table. She was just listening to her friend. She was like, hun, he's not done. He's not done. Cause she's like, I don't understand why this is a big deal. It happened and it's done and it's over. And she's like, oh my gosh. She's like, but he's not, hun. He is still cheating with that lady. So Liz at her confession was like, I don't care what she say. That man is still outside with that lady. I got more than enough proof. People done seen it. He ain't leave that girl alone. He's still tipping on 10 on hardwood floor. Shout out to Beyonce with that lady, right? But while she's saying that, Liz also said, but Rula's also the type that she wants to, like, you know, put on like this perfect family image and that nothing is ever wrong. And really what it just gives, because Rula didn't really acknowledge what she had to say. Liz was like, instead of you just sitting around here trying to make it seem like everything is perfect, why don't you just pretty much be like a real ass bitch and just like put it out on the table? Like, yes, he was cheating on you, he is still cheating on you, and you pretty much, Rula's pretty much just sitting there like being delusional about it, trying to kind of acknowledge it but not acknowledge it at the same time. And she was like, well, I don't know if he is. Is he? And she's like, yes, he is still indeed cheating on you. And I'm just like, girl, let her be. I don't want to say let her be delusional, because to me, it's not a delusional thing. Delusional to me is you believing something when you're believing something when evidence contrary is directly in your face. I think she absolutely knows deep down that man is still cheating on her. But I think at the end of the day, not that she's necessarily fine with it, but I think that just given everything that they got, their businesses, their family, which she's going to say in a second, that she's just choosing to just overlook it. That's just pretty much what it is. And I would also like to say, like, I feel like two ways about this, because I just feel like there'd be a lot of judgment, which is, I feel like this is where Rula was getting into in the next point. I just be feeling like there's so much judgment on women who decide to stay with their husband or whoever if they get cheated on. But it's just like, the way that people judge women on that, you would think that it's like an anomaly. Like, she's like one of the only women in the world that's getting cheated on and knows it and is staying with her man. Like, all of you bitches is getting cheated on. All you bitches is staying with your nigga. Like, specifically everybody at this table. Now, Kelsey, you might might necessarily being cheated on because you know and you're cool with it. But to me, that's what it sounds like. Rula's situation is she just ain't willing to say that out loud. But I don't know, I just feel like there be a lot of judgment on women when y'all are all going through the same thing. Like, for example, not with this, but like, let's just sidestep for a second. Like with Lotto's pregnancy, right now, Lotto's pregnancy, any woman's fucking pregnancy that's not married. And I'm only specifically talking about like within the black community. I can't speak for white people. But it's like, y'all was all online dragging Lotto like y'all don't got a baby daddy that y'all not married to, that y'all had a one night stand with, that ain't shit, that don't show up, that don't do what the fuck he's supposed to do. Like, where is the grace for people? That's just all. I just feel like it's a lot of judgment that be happening when y'all bitches be going through the exact same thing. That's just all. That's the only thing I be feeling about it. But anyway, Rula pretty much was like, Rula, I guess, to like kind of combat the fact that Liz was like being like, bitch, your nigga cheating on you. She was like, well, my thing is, at the end of the day, there's a lot that's going on between us. And she said what I just said, which is like, I don't judge you because I know that you and Jerry have gone through a lot. And then she said in her confessional, she pretty much said in her confessional that Liz and Jerry have both cheated on each other or whatever. And she brought up this boat trip, which we'll come back to later, that while Jerry was gone, Liz had allegedly cheated on Jerry during that time. And then Rula also was like, and also she was like, there's also like not just the marriage and the love, but then we also have children. And she said, I know that like, you have the kids, but you don't understand what I'm talking about. Like, you don't get it because you don't have children. And she was like, I said, oh, that wasn't very nice to say. She was like, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. Damn it. She was like, don't sit up here and try to say just because I didn't have these children lived with me full time. I pretty much raised these kids because they mama couldn't. I don't know what the situation is with the mama, but let's just say their mom wasn't in a position to be able to raise them. So I did. So don't sit up in my face and try to tell me about what I know and what I don't know. And I do think that was extremely rude, like to try to say, well, you don't have kids, so you don't get it. Okay, again, those might not be her biological kids, but like she said, them kids came in her life when she was very, 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 very young. I'm pretty sure that when her and Jerry was going through whatever it is that they was going through, I am positive 9 times out of 10 that those girls being in her life and them not being together absolutely probably played in her mind, like, you know, on whether or not, you know, like the consequences of them not being together. Them kids lived with her full time. It's not like I would feel different if, I still think it's rude to say, but I would feel different if Rula was more of a, not Rula, but if Liz was more of a like, weekend step parent, right? So the kids didn't live with you at all throughout the week, but you saw them on weekends and holidays here and there. I could get that. But when the kids is living with you since they were very young for all of their life and it was full time, you're not about to sit up in my face and tell me that pretty much that like that these kids wasn't something that would be something that's thought of when me and Jerry is going through it, and whether or not me and him is not going to be together, that I don't take these kids into consideration, because I fucking do. I thought that was extremely rude, but Rula apologized about 10,000 times. And that was just the end of that scene. So then we go to Kelsey's house. Kelsey's house was so beautiful. And let me tell you something. That cleaning lady, because she said they got a live-in maid. Let me tell you something. That cleaning lady probably got I'm not saying it's super easy, but probably one of the easiest like cleaning lady jobs probably in that whole state, because of the fact that it's only Kelsey there for 6 months out of the year. That means 6 months out of the year, all you really gotta do is just do regular maintenance shit around the house and clean up behind this bitch. She's one bitch who clearly ain't really got a bunch of fucking friends like that anyway. So 6 months out of the year, that cleaning lady probably living on a high life. She just probably trying to find shit to do around the fucking house. Like, it's a big ass house, so you probably could find something to do. But her job, them 6 months, is probably easy as hell, other than probably listening to Kelsey talk her ear off. But anyway, right, there ain't no kids in that house. You ain't gotta clean up after no kids. You just gotta clean up after this grown 30-year-old woman, girl. Them 6 months is probably amazing. Anyway, so Alicia comes over or whatever, and you know, they talk about Rula or whatever, and like I said, that's when they were just like, Alicia was like, I think Rula thinks that she's fucking fancy. But anyway, they're all gonna go out to, I think, like a wine situation, right? Like a wine tasting thing. So then we go over to Rula. We go over to her house. Her house is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Like, it's Kelsey's house under her house. Her house is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And she is a female boat captain, and she also has a financial planner firm. Now, I heard some people say that maybe the reason that Rula does not want to get a divorce is because of the fact that she makes maybe like more money than her husband, and she maybe she doesn't have a prenup and doesn't want to kind of go through that whole thing, possibly. So then we see her raggedy ass husband Brian. They've been together for 12, married for 9, and he's a podiatrist. I'm like, okay, so she definitely 9 times out of 10 makes more money than him. Not to say that as a podiatrist you don't make no money at all. You do good for yourself as a podiatrist, but not. It seemed like she probably makes the majority of the money, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just trying to think of the narrative of why people are saying she may not get a divorce from him. Anyway. She's Lebanese and Syrian, and he's Italian. And, you know, they're sitting there. I think they got 2 kids together, right? They got 2 kids. The kids is in the back. The house is beautiful. The backyard is sickening. Like, long-term goals, I want my backyard to be similar to that, except I want a grotto, personally. But anyway, sickening backyard. So, the kids is sitting there. Can I just say that I didn't like that they was telling the little boy to watch the little girl, only because there be some weird-ass accidents that happen at a pool. And she was really, really young. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so her and her husband, they sit down or whatever. And, you know, she starts to talk about, you know, the fact that when she went out to eat, you know, the girls brought up the whole cheating situation. And he's like, well, I don't understand why. Because I'm done. I'm not doing that anymore. And you track, like you track me now. You track me. I don't know why people think in 2026 that saying to somebody, oh, you have my location is a big deal. Do you know how easy it is to get another phone? Do you know how easy it is to put your phone right there and leave it there and go somewhere else? Do you know how easy it is to ping your shit? Bitch, it's something called VPN. You can bounce your shit off of wherever. Like, I guess if that make you bitches feel better. But I want to say this, and I stand by this. I'm not tracking nobody. I'm not checking emails. I'm not checking text messages. I'm not checking photos. I'm not checking none of that. If a nigga want to cheat, he gonna cheat. And you being on his ass like Carmen Sandiego, trying to figure out who, what, when, where, why, unless you try to do it to set your shit up for a divorce, ain't no point. Eat it and eat it and keep going. As I love to say, first, and especially if you know for a fact that he cheating and you know you ain't gonna leave child, let that man cheat in peace. But I will never, ever, ever get behind women doing all this fucking work, chasing behind a man to figure out whether or not he's cheating. If a nigga want to cheat with the damn mail lady, he'll cheat with her. If he want to cheat at work, he'll cheat with her. If he want to cheat at the damn corner store bodega, bitch, he'll cheat there. All of this, you running behind a nigga, tracking him, reading his emails, reading all. It's not going to stop the nigga. Because my thing is, you have his tracker. And according to Liz in the streets, he's still outside with that bitch. So what does that mean? You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. I want all women to understand. You're wasting your time when every 5 seconds you're running behind trying to check whether or not a nigga is cheating on you. He either gonna do it or he ain't. And regardless, as we can tell, you tracking him and he's still cheating on you. So what does that do? It makes you look stupid, and more importantly, it's wasting your time. And clearly, your time is money. More money than that niggas is, okay? I want y'all to do better. I want us as women to do the fuck better when it comes to that, okay? But anyway, she said that, so she asked him, about the whole cheating thing, and they talk about that, and she says that, when she had got the text message, she turned to him and she was like, is there something that you want to tell me? Is there something you want to tell me? Don't ever have a woman ask you that. The same way a woman be like, we need to talk. Don't ever have no woman ask you, is there something you want to tell me? You better come clean now. So she said he just started breaking down and crying and saying that he was sorry and da-da-da-da-da. And so the producer was like, well, did you forgive him? And she was like, I'm not there all the way yet. So, like I said, then Brian was like, oh, you tracked me, da-da-da. Like I said, bullshit to me. I call BS, okay? And especially if she does make, let's just say a significant amount of more money than him, and he's Italian. I'm not trying to be funny, but a lot of times, Italian men, they're very more so, traditional, within, their family values and stuff like that. And so, not to say that this is her fault, but I can see him making the excuse of, oh, I'm out here, fucking with a woman who probably financially needs him and makes him feel better some type of way. Anyway. So then we all go to Alicia's house, right? And everybody's getting ready. Everybody's meeting up there to get on a Sprinter. I so want to get a Sprinter for me and my friends to go to DC. I'm thinking about doing that this summer. But anyway, getting a Sprinter to go wine tasting. Baby, the way that at first I felt bad about the way that Ashley was getting dragged when she first came on the Sprinter with her outfit. But when they was walking, once they got to the wine tasting and was walking, I said, bitch, what in the fucking Arya Stark? And no, Arya wouldn't even wear that. What in the medieval times Dungeon and Dragon shit did Ashley have on? Like somebody said, bitch, is this medieval times? Bitch, is this Game of Thrones? What did you have on, sister? And I know that Ashley, compared to the rest of the girls, don't have nearly as much money because her and her husband, they're just really known from, The Bachelor, they ain't got no money like that. And when I mean no money like that, I just mean, compared to the other girls. God bless her heart. God bless her heart. She looked a mess, okay? And I think Ashley was like, oh, I've been living here for a while, and, now I'm trying to make friends, in my 30s. Do you make new friends in your 30s? Bitch, it's so funny that you say that. I just went out to eat this last weekend with a girl. Now, mind you, she's I know her through my best friend, right? So we've seen each other, in passing for events and dinners and birthdays and stuff like that. But I was like, you want to know what? I really want to try to make newer friends. So me and her has been texting, and we just went out this past weekend to go get dinner, just me and her. Baby, it literally felt like a first date. I felt like I was on a first date, and I was freaking terrified. Because, again, making new friends in your 30s, who does that? Who does it? But I do think that it's necessary because I think, as you grow, you need to kind of like your friendships sometimes your friendships fizzle out from when you were younger. Sometimes, you just need to kind of bring different people into your environment that are kind of like where you are. Because sometimes the person that you met when you was in high school, by the time y'all hit 30, like I am now, y'all might not be on the same wavelength. And you might want to find somebody that is your age and is on the type of time that you're on. So that's interesting. That was so funny to me. But it is an effort. Let me tell you something. Making new friends 30 and up, bitch. If I know that if you have new friends above the age of 30, niggas really made an effort to do that. And they didn't have to. Just know effort was indeed put in. And it didn't have to be that way. That's why I think those friendships are really special. Anyway, so they get to the wine tasting place, right? And so everybody goes to sit down except Kelsey and Joellen. And Kelsey's like, all right, I'm going to tell you that. And she was like, what, Rula is coming? And she was like, yes. So Joellen starts to completely flip the fuck out, trying to understand why. Now, according to Joellen, this is what happened. Joella said that she saw the pictures, right, online. I think it was on Instagram or something like that, right? And then she sent them to Liz. Liz then told Rula. Rula called Joellen and said, listen, I want you to send me those pictures. And she said, are you sure? She said, yes, send me those pictures. So she said she sent her the pictures, right? And then she said that Rula, like maybe a little bit later, months later, that Rula and her husband called her job and sent an email to HR to try to get her fired. This is why there's always a question that constantly goes on, it's been going on forever, on do you tell your friend, even though they ain't friends like that, do you tell your friends whether or not their nigga is cheating on them? And the reason why that's always a question and it's not always an automatic yes is because of shit like this. The number one reason why most bitches don't tell other bitches that their nigga is cheating on them is because what happens is that bitch ends up staying or getting back with that nigga, and now both of them got an attitude with you, and now you the enemy. That is 75% of the time, bitch, 80% of the time, when you end up telling your friend or whatever woman that her nigga's cheating on you, you always end up the enemy. Almost every single time, which is why I never get mad when I hear women say, I ain't telling nobody nothing about their man. I ain't telling nobody nothing. And a lot of the elders will tell you, like elderly women will tell you, don't you ever tell no other woman about their man. Don't you ever tell no other woman about their man. Let them find out on their own. Let whatever happens. But know that you are going to be enemy number one. When you 9 times out of 10 tell a woman that they man ain't shit, cheating on them in particular, best to believe 9 times out of 10 she gonna stay with that nigga. And it's like, if you want to stay with him, I'm not even mad at that. I was just trying to be a friend to give you the information. But the fact that y'all always tend to turn around and make the person that was trying to be a help to you the enemy, because now that you stand with that nigga all up in your ear like, oh, they just jealous of you, and oh, they trying to break up what we got, and you bitches feed into that. That's why I'm sorry. I don't know. It gotta be I'm talking about my best friend since middle school. It gotta be that type shit. And even then, I'm gonna be real careful about how I say it. That's a fact. That happens all the time. Joella starts to snap the fuck out. And I'm not mad at it at all. Because like she said, bitch, is one thing if you come for me, but you come for my kids, you come for my husband, bitch, you come for my job. If you coming for my job, that means you coming for the way that I put food on the table for my kids. Like, bitch, that's your ass. And so now I've seen the preview, obviously, of Joellen going off like that. But now that we got context, it makes all the sense in the world. And Rula's actually lucky that Joellen didn't beat her ass, because I would actually beat your ass. Because, bitch, what the fuck does my job have anything to do with the fact that your nigga is out here sticking dick in every bitch that he see? What that gotta do with what that gotta do with my job? What that gotta do with my job? You're trying to get me fired because this man is mad that he got caught up in some shit? And because you're embarrassed? So then you wanna come from my job? My job, the way I feed people, feed my family. And Joellen was like, be very clear, whatever her damn husband name is. She was like, he pays the mortgage. I pay every single thing else in that house. Every single thing else. Every other bill I pay. So again, you coming for me, right? And if you actually look at like, and again, this is not to shit on Joellen at all. Joellen's house is very beautiful. But I'm just saying, it's clear that Joellen doesn't have like Kelsey niggas money. You know what I'm saying? Or like, or even the money that Rula and her husband has. It seems like she lives like a, you know, a pretty good, solid lifestyle. Very like probably upper middle class lifestyle. But most people within that tax bracket, bitch, you ain't that far away from having nothing on your table. I would have beat Rula's ass, and that's on the foul. Bitch, don't try to bring my job into it because your nigga ain't shit. Period. But that, again, that's why you keep that type of shit to yourself. So anyway, they go back to the table, and Rula ends up calling and saying that she couldn't come, you know, because she was sick. I don't think that's what it was. I think Rula didn't want to sit at the table with Joellen. That's just the facts. I don't think that had nothing to do with anything. I think the fact of the matter is that she had no intention of coming because she didn't want to sit at that table with Joellen, and she didn't want to get questioned about her marriage. Period. I think that's what it gets down to. So Kelsey was like, you know, see how everybody got questions about me and my relationship, and there's all these questions about everybody's relationship and all these rumors. Like, I think she gave everybody something to write down a question and then drop it in a box for whoever, and then let everybody read the question. So Ashley got her box, and the question was like, when did you lose your virginity? And she said around 29. They said 29? Bitch, for me, that would have been last year. Bitch, my whole life. That would have been my whole life. For me to not have got peen until the first time was last year. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I might be more accomplished. I don't know. Maybe that was the right thing. Maybe I would be more accomplished within my life. I don't know. But I also feel like I would be a raging bitch to people around me. Wow, word. God bless your heart. Kelsey gonna say, bitch, I lost my virginity at 14. I said, of course you did, sister. And when I'm telling you, that ain't a surprise to nobody watching this show that you lost your virginity at 14. You ain't fooling nobody, child. That is not surprising at all. At all. Anyway, Alicia got something, and she was asked, did you hook up with Gary? So Alicia turns, because she sat next to Joel, and she was like, did you really want to know that? And she was like, I mean, yeah, I just wanted to know. And Alicia, her confessional was like, I've literally known Gary since we was like yay high. Like, we went to this school, we went to high school, we did confirmation. Like I would never. And I said, girl, the only reason she wanted to know that is because her sister fucked that man. So she trying to figure out. Clearly, she, not even her husband, her sister, she fucked her sister's nigga. So in her mind, it probably wouldn't be that far-fetched that somebody that she's friends with would have fucked him. I'm pretty sure that's what she's thinking. She ain't not fucking this man, and he was dealing with her sister. So why the hell would this lady that I met, that I'm friends with, why would that surprise me that she fucked my husband? Girl, bye. Then somebody asked Rosie, did you do something with, I don't know, I guess a basketball coach or something like that? They didn't really get into too much detail about where the hell that even came from. But she said no. Then they asked Joellen, was she a swinger? Because remember, there's all these rumors going around. And she said, no, I'm not a swinger, but we did do a threesome before, right? Shout out to the threesomes. Then they asked Kelsey, like, are you in a relationship? I guess like with somebody else. And she said, yes, she is dating somebody else. I said, come on, Kelsey. Why is Kelsey living the dream life? This bitch got a rich ass man, like a rich, and I seen him. He really ain't that bad looking. He's a nice looking older white man. But this bitch got this rich ass white man that pretty much drops a bag on her. She lives in this lavish ass house, and she don't even have to see this nigga half of the year. And while this nigga is gone, she got another nigga that she could play with. And when she don't feel like dealing with him, she could kick that nigga to the side too. Like, Kelsey is living. a lot of you bitches is probably jealous of her. That it's gonna give that. It's gonna give to me, if y'all watch Married to Medicine, how in my opinion, a lot of the women on Married to Medicine is jealous of Quad because Quad is no longer in the marriage and she can kind of do whatever the fuck she want to do. If she want to fuck with a man for a minute, she can. If she want to kick him to the curb, she can. Get the fuck out of my house. She owns her own house. She bring niggas when she feel like it, and when she does, she can kick them to the curb. Kelsey, stop living the rest of us dream. Please. Stop it. I don't know why y'all think men is the only one that want to have a lifestyle that's like that. Do you know how amazing that sounds? Do you know how amazing that sounds? This nigga is dropping the bag on her regardless, and then gets out of her face 6 months out of the year, and she can get dick whenever she feel like it. And when I don't want this nigga, this side nigga, or whatever, my other boyfriend, when I don't want him in my face, he could go too. Teach the girls, Kelsey. Teach the girls, girl. Teach the girls. Teach the girls. So they get on that or whatever. Then, ooh, Joe said y'all should ask Chris if she didn't say it. Anyway, so they get back into the conversation about how Kelsey's relationship came up, whatever. And when they rolled the tape back, because they was like, Joe Ellen, you are the one that brought it up. Technically, when they rolled the tape back, she did not say she was talking about her relationship. She said she was concerned about her future. To be fair, she didn't say relationship. She just said her future. But I think everybody was like, what the fuck else Kelsey got going on outside her relationship? She don't work. She don't do shit else. So what about her future? But anyway, so Joe apologized and was like, that was not my intention or whatever. So then Liz pulls her question, and the question was from Alicia. And Alicia asked, are you having an affair? And Liz says, no. But there is a rumor going around that her... I guess one of her best friends or whatever, that she's messing around with him. Now, she says she's been best friends with this man since she was very, 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 very young. I want to say maybe high school or something like that. And that they have, like, I think, she said, we have a relationship that most people probably don't understand. So, for example, she said, when Jerry goes fishing a lot of times, he goes fishing for 3 to 4 weeks at a time. I said, absolutely the fuck not. You're not gonna leave me. Bitch, I'm not Kelsey. I like, although I just gave Kelsey all those tens or whatever about whatever, that's because that's not really her nigga. She's sharing that nigga. If you exclusively mine and mine only, you're not leaving me for 3 to 4 weeks to go do nothing other than work. If you have a work thing, okay, cool. But fishing for 3 to 4 weeks at a time and leaving me here by my motherfucking self, absolutely not. That's not gonna fly for me personally. So anyway, Liz said that when Jerry goes fishing, sometimes he goes for 3 to 4 weeks at a time and she be by herself. And so she was like, it's confusing to people because when Jerry is gone, I'm with, and I guess what's his name, Dino. She's like, I'm with Dino all the time, so that confuses people. So then she starts to really get upset because she feels like Alicia, she was like, Alicia already knows the situation between me and Dino, and she knows that it's not like that. And for you to know that there is a rumor like that going on, and for you to ask me that, that's annoying. I think she pretty much feels like you are, number one, if we break in a fourth wall, I think she feels like you're taking a rumor that is not even like on this show, and you're bringing this rumor on this show to like pretty much try to make a storyline. You know for a fact that it's not true. You know you know my relationship with Dino. You know that we've been friends forever, but you're trying to pretty much make a moment, and I don't fuck with it at all. So Liz was really in her feelings about it because she was like, I don't like the fact that like you did that. Like you're trying to make it seem, you're trying to make fetch happen, bitch, and I'm not fucking with it. But yeah, that was pretty much the first episode. I was like, girl, cheater, pumpkin eater. Everybody is getting fucking cheated on or swinging. Let me see. Liz is out here allegedly cheating with Dino and what's his name? And Rula said that Jerry was cheating on her. When Jerry go fishing, he cheating. And when Liz is at home, she cheating. Joellen is here swinging from sea to shining sea, fucking the owner and the wife and having threesomes with her damn husband. Meanwhile, she don't know if her husband is cheating on her because she done stole her husband from her sister. Then Kelsey is over here in a what is that? Not polyamory, not polygamous polyamory, and she just swinging that puss from left to right. The only person I think that we ain't hear nothing about cheating is maybe Alicia and Ashley, I think. Did we hear anything? Wait. What was asked to Alicia? Oh yeah, did she hook up with such and such? Girl, y'all is all some cheater pumpkin eaters. But I'm living. It's good fucking TV. But y'all get in the comments and tell me what y'all think. I thought it was a good episode, but I'm out. Bye.